And we're back. Camera turned itself off. I turned it on again. Bitch. You don't stop me. I thought that this camera would actually die after half an hour, but it's still got most of its battery life, so that's good. So I'm going to leave the foam, and I'll mix that with a... Oh, do we have a sea foam? We don't have a sea foam. I don't understand people who paint the walls of their house white. Like, no shade, but it's so boring. When I get my own house, every room is going to have a bright colour on the walls. And maybe I'll have one room with a really dark colour. How cool would it be to have like an underground like wine cellar or basement or something, and you just got like wine red walls? That would be so pretty. That is such a nice green. Okay. Let's cap this. Ooh. I haven't used the water as much as I thought I would because I've just been switching brushes instead. That's a bit easier. Okay, what colour options do we have for white? We have... I don't know what that is. Wood glue? Well, this is white. So let's just use that. I don't think we have... Oh, we have a cream. Would a cream be nicer? I think a cream would be nicer. Oh. I haven't painted... This is actually pale beige. I haven't painted ocean much. I think it's really difficult. When you're doing a simple style like this, it's fine. But when you're trying to do it in a more complex fashion, it's so hard to make it look like water. I did it once, and I followed a tutorial. I spent probably most of the drawing time just trying to make the water look like water. Water time! What does Bob Ross do? There. Not that. So I'm hoping this will be a nice creamy sea foam. I've already got way too much. I don't want to mix more cream into it. I made way too much paint. But you know, nobody's used this in so long. It's probably not that much of a crime to go a little bit excessive. It's probably going to go off soon anyway. Oh no, no, no. Come on, get more white. Spread it over here a little bit more. Oh, I didn't even comment on it, but I dyed my hair, did you notice? It's more red. It's got blue under the fringe, actually, which is cool. I went to my friend's house yesterday, and we did each other's hair. They cut my hair, and then we helped each other do the bleaching and dyeing. And it turned out so good. I haven't had hair this epic in a really long time. Because, you know, when you're not going anywhere, you don't exactly bother dyeing it. Oh my god, come on, please get lighter. Is it just gonna have to be good enough? Should I just call that good enough? Is this in frame? I don't want to waste any more paint. Okay. Big old glorpus. And then I'll just mix it with what's already on the brush. Please, please. Really light sea foam, really light sea foam. You know how much easier digital painting is. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It's got some streaks in it, so hopefully they don't come out. How funny would it be if I just got, like, my mom to paint something for me in between all the bits where I cut, and then, you think that I'm, like, some amazing artist, and it's just me mom doing it. She's really good. She's painted a lot of things. She paints mostly things to decorate our walls. Oh god, here's the streaks. Hang on. Get out of there. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had this little table that she painted with fairies all over it. And before we moved house, our house had a painting of the solar system on the walls. And we had to paint over it when we moved out. Gosh, there's a big old bumblebee just hovering in the air right next to me. Hello, buddy. Bug day over here. Oh, yeah, gods. The lineage. I like everything to be nice and clean. I'm very persnickety about my lines. And this is an exercise in not being a perfectionist. Oh, you know how hard it is to try not to do everything perfectly? In art, where it's so much pressure to be perfect. Like, I think that the number one reason why a lot of people don't get into art is because it's framed as this thing that you have to improve at. and be good at, and you have to study. Like, you know, it's really actually okay to just draw in the style of some cartoon you like, or like the simple way a child draws, because ultimately if your picture communicates what it's meant to communicate, like if someone looks at it and they're like, oh, that is a turtle, doesn't matter how realistically you drew it, it's good art, you know? Even if it's incomprehensible, it's good art, because art's all about expressing yourself. So it's kind of like, you don't have to feel like you have to be good, you know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes when I just get like, I hate art so much because I just feel like, oh, there's so much to learn, and I've been doing it for years, and I'm not even good at anything, like I can't do this, I can't do that, and it's just like, hey, buddy, you don't even post your art anyway, you don't post your art anywhere, so what does it matter, right? You're just doing it for your friends and for yourself, and you know, if it doesn't look perfect, then guess what, nobody cares except for you. So, you know, there is a difference if you're trying to if you want other people to look at it. I know I used to have an art blog. That's fine, I guess. Fuck's sake. Here's me talking about not being a perfectionist and looking at my own stuff and being like, ew. Oh, it looks so much better as a sketch. What are we doing next? I guess we can do this little guy. Yeah, so... maybe I can just do it like this. Get a clean slate. Because, yeah, I used to have an art blog, and I posted stuff initially, and I'm like, no one's gonna see this. I just, like, want to draw this. And then I started getting attention, and I had a couple posts that did pretty well, because they were just, like, no effort, haha, funny joke things, with, like, no actual artistic talent behind them. And I like making those short, but then I would put effort into something, and you know, it would get like no attention, because the main problem was that people didn't share it around. Oh, this is skin tone base. How white is it? Yeah, and so I would spend hours and hours on something, and I would be proud of it, and I'd be proud of the amount of stuff that I managed to achieve with it. And then I would post it, and it would get like 10 notes, and I'd be like, hey, fuck, I'm so annoyed. Especially because it would only be like one person that would reblog it, and reblogs are everything. Like, I don't care about the likes so much, you know? I want other people to see it by you spreading it around. And if just like one big blog or a few smaller ones reblog it, you get like tenfold the amount of attention. So we've got provincial beige, and we've got skin tone base. I don't know how I'm supposed to be mixing skin tone base. Does it have instructions? Nope. Okay. Well, I don't need any more. We're going to pretend we do not see it. Jesus, skin tone base is as pale as fucking anything. Now, what am I supposed to mix with this? Maybe you're supposed to mix skin tone base with oranges and reds. I'm just going to straight up put some beige in this shit, because I don't know enough color theory to do this. This is empty. Yeah, so I ended up just deleting my art blog, because I realized that it was just too stressful. When you want to make stuff and then you're like, this is probably not even going to do good because nobody will care about this. Or when you do something that you think is really nice and then people don't care about it, and then you just feel like, oh, what was wrong with it? And you keep hyper-analyzing it to find the problem. So I think if you're stressed about art, just delete all your social media and don't post it anywhere. I only share the stuff I make on my private Instagram, and I send it to my friends. And it does suck because I do draw, like, fandom stuff, and then I don't get to share it with the actual fandom so that they will like it, which is kind of why you make art. You want people to like your ideas, you know. But, it's fine. Just make it for me. And more, I can always share my ideas with fanfiction. I write as well. You know, been a writer since I was in primary school, although I'm actually good at it now. And my primary school teacher wanted me to become an author. He kept saying to me, like, I want to see your name on a book cover one day. And then he would tell me to enter these writing competitions. And you know, I was not that good a writer back then because I was a child. But I've been working at it, I guess. Not really. I just kind of write casually. It's not like I study it. I don't study my hobbies because studying is actually really boring, and I don't want to make things I enjoy boring by pretending it's schoolwork. Again, we don't need this much paint. The curse of paint. You always pour out too much. I'm gonna need a really fine-tipped brush. How do I put such a glob and it just disappears, and it's like the colour didn't even change at all? I'm gonna spread this really thin, and then I'll mix the brown into it. We're getting a nice healthy tan on this young lad. He is a coastal adventurer. This is the vibe I want to have one day. You know, have my van, and I go down to the beach, and then I sit at the beach, and then mayhaps I swim in the ocean. What have I done? I didn't squeeze the brush out properly. Oh god. How's that colour though? I'm not sure whether we should go darker or lighter for contrast. I guess we can just do this because I don't want to waste any more paint. So funny. I've made a serious and continuous lapse in my judgment. You know, you always think that the skin's going to look lighter than it does when you put it down on the person. One of my friends, my best friend, is... Fuck me. Oh. Is also getting into painting. He made a really cool piece, and I asked him to paint something for me. He's been busy, so I'm not going to push him to finish it, you know. I'm excited for it, because I think it'll be really cool. Where's the small brush? Here's a little baby. You know, and also painting takes a lot of prep work. Like, the amount of time it took to haul all this stuff out here and set it up, quite a while. And that's not even talking about the camera. This stuff, like, the box of paints was in a box inside, so that was okay. The fucking easel was buried under a mountain of junk, and I had to dig it out, and then shake all the spiders off it and stomp on them. And this canvas was just even covered with a bunch of other canvases. It's actually pretty dented. Oh no, this paint is so watery. What have I done? And I'm glad we had white spray paint from some other project that I started and never finished. So that I could just easily cover this, because I thought that I would just have to draw and paint over the pink and shit that was already on this. Now, I don't know how I'm going to be doing the lines, because I don't have a brush that's so fine that I can do lines on this body, and it's kind of looking like it's a lineless piece right now. Maybe I'll just have to add a bit of like dark brown in some spots. I've got this burnt sienna or whatever it is that I used. There's a bit of orange that should be there. How's that orange looking? Water. And I'm going to have to change this water eventually too. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing digital art. You know what? Just because something is easier doesn't mean it's worse. And that's just a fact. Like, just because you have to toil so hard to make a nice painting, whereas a digital artist has the undo button in their tool belt, doesn't mean that their art is worse than yours. And it's actually okay to take shortcuts and make things easier for yourself. Like, because art is supposed to be fun and not hard work. And just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's good. That's just such a capitalist mindset. I have a kit to screen print t-shirts. Well, like, it's one of those things where you print a design out and then iron it on. The lines. And I really want to make something with it one day. I've actually owned it for years and I've never thought of something good enough to put on a t-shirt. But I've been thinking of designs. And maybe that'll be a fun thing to do. You've always got to branch yourself out a little bit when it comes to art. Try new things. Can I just wipe this off? Please. Oh, I'm pissed off. Can I get this bug off? There we go. Bug's off. No more bug on the canvas. Maybe this brush is just too watery. I just realized I painted over a whole section of his body, and with how watery this color is, you're probably going to be able to tell. I'm starting to hate this. It's not perfect. So many issues. And what did we say about caring? Don't care. Stop caring about everything. Oh man, you can totally tell. Well, industrial life. Gonna try and do a little bit of lines to separate man and machine. Oh fuck me, that's not turning out. Let's mix it with something darker. What have we got here? Burnt umber. This would have been great to find before. Fuck me. Well, it didn't quite turn out as expected. How the fuck do you even mix paint, man? Okay. Need real concentration. So hard to hold your hand steady. Fuck me. Oh, and there's no way in Christ I'm gonna go over these fine lines. These brushes are so fucking thick and I can't hold my hand still. Right, we're gonna have to just lean into the messiness of it, I reckon. Fucking... I hate this. I'm really upset. Fuck me. I can't rest my hand on anything. That's what makes it so hard. As soon as this is done, I'm never going to touch a paint again. I won't even paint the walls of my house. This is so messy. I hate being alive right now. Please. How fucking tiny are the brushes that people use normally? What the fuck, dude? And I can't even fucking see the lines anymore. Literally, someone explain to me, how do people paint? Someone tell me how anyone who's ever done this before. I don't understand. Can I please kill myself? I'm actually gonna kill myself. No, I'm not. I'm joking, sorry. I'm really mad. I hate life. We're gonna pretend this is okay. I did not expect this to be so stressful, but this is actually kind of relaxing. This is actually going to look so much better on digital. When this is done, I'm going to do the digital version, and I'll compare them at the end, and I'll be like, wow, the digital version is so good. I don't know what the fuck this other shit is. So... I don't think painters are real people. I don't believe that they're real humans anymore. They're possessed by some demonic entity. And there is no way that anyone enjoys doing this. My hand is shaking so much. I miss stabilizer, brush stabilizer. God, I'd give anything for a brush stabilizer. Please. Oh, please, Christ, the face is going to turn out so bad. Do people rest their hand on the easel or what? Maybe this whole start was a mistake. Maybe I should have painted an orange. I should have been resting my hand on this whole time. There's ants on the easel right now. I guess they're having a good time. They're probably having a better time with the paint than I am, even though they're probably getting high off the fumes. I mean, because they're getting high off the fumes. What do we think for the clothing? Yellow? Blue? I haven't used any. I have used blue on this. What am I talking about? Maybe, mayhaps, this ant shall fuck it off. And then white? White. Do I have paint on these at all? I got dye on my leg yesterday. Okay. Where's that beige we were using before? There's cadmium orange again. Pale beige. Now I was gonna say pale beige and oh, I wish that I could mess around with the colors if this was a digital thing. It's not so bad. I think that this brush is really watery or something. The paint is so thin right now. Hey, people who know how to paint, give me tips for when I never do this again. And let me know what your favourite shade of cadmium is. This is hardly distinguishable from the light, and it's also the only colour that likes to show the grey lead through it because God hates me. My hand is shaking again. Now, I don't understand why this camera comes with a time-lapse option. If you'd have to come back every half an hour to turn the camera on again because it stopped recording. Seems a little bit stupid to me, but maybe that's just me. We're gonna call that good enough. We're gonna call that good enough. Now what do we have? We've got black. We've got some deep blues. Cobalt. Cobalt. Is the paint getting hot in the sun a bad thing? Is the paint gonna like explode or expire? That's a nice blue. That's a very nice blue. Now I'm thinking, I put a lot of tiny details in this area, and I'm going to save them exclusively for the digital version, because I'm just going to put a fucking curtain over this. Fuck that. At least the floor looks really nice right now, because it's got so many scraps of paint on it. Really glad that I'm finally doing this video, because I wanted to do it like a week ago, and I think that it's probably one of the better ideas I had written down. Maybe the water bleaching this isn't such a bad thing. I'll just get a fresh brush to do the line work. Oh no, it's gonna run, isn't it? Fuck's sake. I don't know how Bob Ross did it so fast. Flat on my hand. Leave that to dry, and I'm just find another small brush. So I've noticed that there are flat brushes and there are round brushes, and I'm guessing they're for different things. I wouldn't know. Could you imagine if I was actually intending to give this to someone as a gift? How embarrassing would that be? Okay, so that's a wrap on this little lad. Whole background's done. I could do the sun. What colour are we thinking? Continuing on. We've got a cool yellow. This is a warm piece. Maybe not a cool yellow. It's all about that consistency. A bit cadmium yellow. I'd go with the non-existent cadmium orange. Oh my fucking Christ. I poured way too much. That's such a small area. Okay. I don't even remember where it was. Why is the colour showing through? How many layers of this shit do I have to put on? Oh, overlapping was a mistake. I hate paint. I hate paint. My official verdict. I hate paint. I don't know who the neighbours are talking to. I think they have a pet. Let's call that done. And now we're up to the final part of this picture. Now, what I'm thinking is we should try and mix a grey blue. Smoke pearl. That's it. Sorry, we're using smoke pearl. Okay. Maybe we'll use the yellow also because we have so much of it for the curtain. Then I'm going to use to cover everything up. I don't feel like painting anymore. The fuck? Alright, well that's not enjoying its existence. I didn't think about how I was going to do the edges of this three-dimensional object. I'll probably have to mix this with maybe some yellow or blue. This brush is fucking terrible, it's so frayed. Oh, it's bloody hot. I didn't expect it to be hot. You know what? I don't care. Getting a curl into the edges. Don't want it to be too blue, but also not too white. That's alright. That's working. Hey, that's like probably the first thing I've done that I actually like. That looks good. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's really a distinct, separate part. without being too dark. Okay, now we're just going to use this dark colour for the wheel. Oh, I get it now. Yellow is our next tour de force. That's a big brush. That's still not a good one. This one's okay. Now this yellow is a bit translucent, so that's a bit of a problem because you can see the underlying lines of what I intended to do before I decided to give up on life. That's alright. I can just do multiple layers if I really need to. I can just turn the camera off, walk away, come back, do another layer. I can do that to the fucking song as well. I think my mom will like this. I think my mom will like it very much. Maybe I should have made, it's too late. I was gonna say maybe I should make the curtains flutter or something, but I can't be bothered, and I don't have the base lines for that, and it's not gonna look good, and all this. So we're not doing that. Okay, put another layer on the sun, and then we can just build that up a little bit to cover the lines. Should I do more with this sun? Maybe I had like a glue. Nah, it's too complicated. Right. We're back. Just took a half-hour or so break. Had lunch. Charged the camera up because it was about to die. And let's quickly finish this off. So I'm pretty sure this yellow is not dry. Okay. And shall we get right back to it? What was your guys' Spotify rap like this year? Mine was my top artist was Sleepy Fish because they have one album that I play on repeat constantly. I literally will listen to it multiple times in one day because I like it so much. It's My Room Becomes a Sea because it's so relaxing, especially the first song. I listen to the first song so much. I think that was like my number one song, or my most listened to song or something like that. And then, oh no, my most listened to song apparently was Aftermath by Caravan Palace, because I love that song. Let me know in the comments below what your rap was. Yeah, I like Spotify rap because I like having data about myself, so I can talk about myself. Alright. The line work is covered up at least. This isn't looking as bad as I thought it would. I'm not sure if I want to fix the skin up down here because it is, what's the word? It's a bit see-through. It's a bit uneven. I'll just get a tiny brush and see what I can do. And then I want to add some shading to the curtain so it's not just blank because it doesn't look like a curtain right now. Add some darker yellow lines and shit. It's got this skin tone that we mixed. And we're just going to try and even out these bits. This isn't exactly the same colour I used before. Because I think I mixed it with something. I can't remember what now. That's okay. Just going to stop all this white streakiness that happened because we had a wet brush. Maybe this will just make it look worse. Okay, let's just leave that. Fuck it. Alright, I'm gonna get back to our yellow. We're just gonna finish this off, and then I think I'll just call it a day on this piece, because this video is already getting quite long. Oh, this paint was left in the full sun, it's really hot. What can we mix with it? Red? What do we have here? Naphthol red light. Did we use this before? I can't remember. Well, we're going to use it. Just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Do you want to come out? Hang on, I've got to stab it. Just a little tiny bit. We want our skinny brush again. Oh, actually, we're gonna. How many brushes do I want to wash? Not that many. I think my mum might like this. Okay. And let's get mixing. There we go. Just a little bit darker. Yeah, I guess you don't want it too dark. So we'll just add a center part. Okay, now that's just red. I made a mistake. Oh. That's okay. Oh wait, the bug is in the paint. Okay. If you want to hang out here, that's alright. That's good. Alright. Now that it's really sunny on this canvas, the paint is drying like as soon as I put it down. Alright, the bug is dead in the paint now. Don't know how to make this look like a curtain. What do curtains have? They have creases. Maybe I should have it billow out a little bit. I got a bit of yellow here. I'll just grab a different brush and I'm just going to curve it out at the bottom. Just to make it look a bit more like a curtain for me. And then we just add. Oh, it's really heating up. It's only supposed to be like 25 today. That's what it colors. How curtainy does this look? I'm gonna guess not so much. Well, that didn't quite turn out as planned. Maybe. It's alright. Just add a little bit of billow over here.
Ooh. Nice hair, you got red hair.
Yeah, didn't you see before?
Are you filming?
Yeah.
I should back away.
Yeah. This was gonna be a surprise for you.
I didn't say anything.
You did! Dick.
Hey, I like your hair.
Yes, thank you.
You should have made it polite for you not to come out the back.
Oh, you were working.
You could leave a note on the back door.
I could have. I don't know if it's recognizable as what it's supposed to be. Why did I choose the worst possible brush? Alright. Add like up here, like this, so it looks more like a curtain rack, I think. Hi Mama. Everyone decided to come out today, huh? Oh yeah, sweetie, oh yeah. You wanna say hi? Come on. Hey sweetie. Hey you, my sweetie. You're my sweetie. Up you go now, baby. You sweet boy. Here's my sweet boy. Alright, you're so talkative. What do you want, Mr. Man? Yeah? Yeah. Did we use, no, we used pearl. Gotta find pearl again. Here we are, smoked pearl. And I don't know if this blue is dried. Nope, it's alright. You can still see the lines through, but I can always pretend that it's intentional because I want it to look like translucent curtains. It's called being smart. It's called owning your mistakes. All of them, even the really bad ones. Gonna need a bit more of that pearl because I went over the top of that. By the way, smoked pearl looks such a nicer colour on the label than it actually is. Corporate trickery. Ooh, it'd be a really nice day to not be wearing a pair of jeans and a long sleeve top. Alright. Now we're just going to do our curtain rod. I'm just going to grab this deep blue with the cobalt and see how much this brown we've got left. Not much, it's all dry. Got a little something out of it and cool. Now I think we can recognise that as curtains because we've got the little grips and we've got this Baba Booey. Cool. So it's not perfect. It's absolutely not perfect. It's pretty streaky. You can see white through in a lot of spots. The colouring isn't even. But, you know what? I gave it a good solid go. And it's okay. It's alright. We done. So, quick wrap up thing for the end card. I've got to say that for all the talk I did, I don't actually hate painting as much as I was being. It's alright, but I don't think I would want to do it again. It's a bit difficult. It's not my forte. Yeah, not a fan. But it turned out alright in the end. Thanks for watching this long ass thing. Peace out, bye.